everybody? Insight is back with another interview. Today, we're lucky enough to have my man, Drew Jitsu, one of my favorite follows on Twitter. So I'm going to bring him in. What's up, Drew?
Yo, what's up, my man? Long time no talk. Happy to be here. How you been, man?
Yeah, it's, you know what it is? It's everybody gets busy, man. Life goes fast, right?
Oh, you're telling me, man. Last time we spoke, I was in Jersey. Right now, I'm in Florida. So
Yo, that's
that
crazy.
tells you a little bit
Before
right
before
there.
I take down the screen so we can have a full screen, just so you know, there's Drew's follow up there at Jujit3R0. Check him out on the because as I intro you, Drew, this is what I wrote this a while ago, my interview of you, and it says you're a fellow Jersey boy, like you just said. You're big into two things, though, Drew. You're big into two things: jujitsu and gambling.
Yes.
At this stage, what do you do more of? Is my first question to you that I wrote. Like what?
When I was at the time you wrote that, probably jujitsu. Right
Okay.
now, we're probably more gambling and degen things. Because I mean, since the UFC, is pretty much a weekly thing. And I'm breaking down these articles now for ftmbets.com. Shout out to them.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always watching some type of tape, or the World Cup is on right now. How could you not sprinkle a little bit on that?
Yeah,
So, it's fun. I got two kids, man. And when I have some downtime, I'll throw some units around, sprinkle here and there.
I love it. Yeah, you're very active on the Twitter with that. You and the Jersey boy. He must miss you, by the way. So I ask everybody. This is the first question to everybody. What's your description of what we call MMA Twitter? Because it's a universe, it's a world, it's a thing. Like what? How does Drew describe it?
Um, I honestly, I love it.
Yeah,
MMA Twitter, it's a bag full of, you have your cappers, you have the people that can see things in the future, the goats. But it all in all, I always look forward to going on Twitter and talking to people and seeing people's insight and seeing their point of view on the fights. Because no matter what, whether win or lose or you were right or wrong, at the end of the day, we're all in the same community and we're all here to do the same thing, and that's try to beat the books.
yeah,
And it's cool to be competitive. I'm competitive. I'm sure you're competitive in all things that you do, but that's only because we all want to do the best that we can, right? So all in all, I see it as something positive. Like, yeah, there is a lot of negatives. There is a lot of things that you can point out, but my experience, at least so far, man, as long as you're transparent, as long as you don't bullshit people, you should be okay.
yeah. And honestly, if you have thick skin and you can man up, I think it's like a shootout to me. Like sometimes, like, and it's like, all right, like some of the people I enjoy most, I've definitely got off on the wrong foot with, or just an argument and whatever. And it's
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Hmm.
But yeah. All right. So next up, my next question for you, since you do the jujitsu, is what's your favorite MMA discipline that's not jujitsu?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah, Muay Thai, and honestly, not even that I participated in. I trained a little bit of Muay Thai, but not enough to say that I'm anything serious in that. But I just like the fact all eight limbs. Anderson Silva pretty much is one of the reasons why I really like it. The way he
Yeah.
displayed it, like nobody else. So, and then of course jujitsu, wrestling. I mean, how can you not like wrestling? Especially me with the grappling and my style of jujitsu.
Right.
It's very pressure heavy. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. I always like think boxing's like an art, like, but yeah, Muay Thai. Like my buddy took it. He was a real good soccer player, played college soccer. He he said he went into the Muay Thai gym and they like beat his legs up so bad, like he was just like he couldn't like feel like he was just like and that's what they do. And I guess they get you in there the first time. Like Muay Thai is no joke. Um,
Yeah.
Let me see here. So me and you have a rare, because this is MMA Twitter, where me and you have a rare real life connection, and that's our boy Yuri.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I had made a slide with Henry Cejudo and Yuri next to each other. And I don't have that now. But how much does Yuri look like Cejudo?
He's pretty much his doppelganger.
Right?
If you had to, and honestly, Yuri, I've known him for quite a while too, because I used to train down in at Driven,
Yeah.
and we've also competed against each other a couple of times.
Right.
But yeah, dude, that's hilarious.
Dude,
That's
he'll
hilarious.
send me stuff now with like this Cejudo stuff because nobody said it to him till I did. And like
Yeah,
then
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, he's like, people been hitting him up like, yo, you look a lot like Cejudo. It's like, yo, you look just like Cejudo. Even like his mannerisms are kind of similar to him. I don't know, but Yuri's the man. He's actually not in our wrestling league this year. I'm really disappointed in Yuri.
Oh, that
And he's
sucks.
only got 2 kids out now. I am like the master of. I'm like Dana White with wrestling. The wrestling's not like my background, like the head coach is like the wrestling guy, but like I'm the recruiter. Like I recruited like the squad. I got 35 kids out. Like he's got 2.
Oh
Yuri.
boy.
Like Yuri, what are you doing, bud? So I'm trying to even get him up to come out just to get a match in, Yuri. But if he only has 2 kids, I'm not gonna waste my time with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. That makes
But anyway, yeah. Shout out to Yuri though. I'm gonna send this to him. All right. So who's the better gambler, you or the Jersey boy?
uh hmm. Hmm.
Because you hit that one with the Jersey guy from Brazil. I thought he was washed, and you gave a good breakdown when I was on that show about him. What was his name? What the hell?
I'd say he's more disciplined.
Okay.
Put it that way.
All right.
Because I like to dabble in what everybody calls the no. When
Uh-oh.
you're strict gambling, and that's in parlays.
Okay.
I there was a time in my gambling career where on fight nights, and this is no bullshit, I'd probably have like upwards, maybe like already set to go, like 2 3 teamers, shit like that, like maybe like 20 25 ready to go, like ready to rock. And like I would come out green at the end of the night, but it was one hell of a ride. And but the one that I am chasing though is just that big payout where you hit a 10 teamer and you cash out, which
Yeah.
I've been close a couple times. I got close when Masvidal went up against Usman the first time. I mistakenly took Masvidal,
Oh.
and Usman foot stomped him the whole
Yeah. Foot
time.
stomped him to death.
Yes,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. I was saying like you had a good breakdown of Barbosa when I came on the one show. I thought he was washed, and you hit that one.
Oh yeah, Barbosa. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yep, I
hit
remember
that
that
one.
now. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and then who's the more degenerate? I guess between you and him, because that was the next question. Who's better and who's the more degenerate? I guess maybe you would say you if you're less disciplined.
It all depends what's the scenery. If we're in a casino, I might say him.
Okay. Yeah.
But if we're talking sports, probably me.
Now,
I'd be
just so you
completely
know,
honest.
my first interview was the Killer Hippie, and the week after I interviewed him, or that week, he hit a $25,000 like Hail Mary parlay. Like
So
the
you're
Killer
saying
Hippie.
that I'm gonna hit a Hail Mary this weekend? Is that what you're saying?
What that's pretty much what I'm saying. Yes. So, and then just so you know, the product, you know, the product.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, he almost hit, I think a week and a half later, almost hit something similar. So just keep your eye out. If you hit, you must tell us because it's because of the interview. Then I'll get more interviews.
Well, every week I do 2 parlays, two lotto, long shots that I forget about, don't even expect to hit ever. One of them I literally show the Tapology page to my wife,
Yeah.
and I go, this one or this one, and she goes, that guy, and then I just put together the parlay. We go down the list of all the fights. The closest she's gotten was like maybe 8 fights correct
Yeah.
out of like whatever. But yeah, man, that's what I do. I'll do 2 crazy cars. So this weekend, man, if I hit one, shout out to Insight, because that's where the after you talk to him, you're gonna hit a lotto.
That's what it is, man. I think it's true. Now my next question: what's the most you've ever hit on a bet? I got a lot of bet questions. Looks like here.
What, like parlay wise?
I guess
Well,
so. Yeah.
I mean, parlays are fun, right? So
Yeah.
I guess me and Jersey, we used to do a segment on our podcast where we would put together a long shot parlay,
Yeah.
and we had putting together like a 3 leg parlay. Now this isn't the most I've hit possibly, but it was the craziest just because of the odds that we had taken. I think it was like plus 19,000 or something weird, but
Wow.
we had like specific outcomes, and it was like a 3 legger. I put, I don't know what it was, $12 because that was the number we always put on everything.
Right.
And I cashed out maybe like uh couple. I mean, couple grand, I guess. I mean, nothing life changing. Let's just say that.
Right.
Like, I would have hit life changing money if Masvidal somehow beat Usman, but
Well, you're about to hit it because of what I told you about the killer hippie. So just be ready
yeah.
for that.
All right, no, for sure. Now I'm actually excited to put together a parlay. So
Yeah, and in Florida, that'll stretch a bit more than out here. You know how it is out here. You
oh
know,
yeah,
they'll
oh
suck
yeah.
that shit right out of me. All right, so let's get to some fighting questions. Then we got the rapid fire. Then we're out of here, but then we're switching over to the fight preview, and we'll
Ooh.
blaze through that because I got to eat dinner and go to my nephew's touch football game. But I got all the fights up. The Rebus was scratched, but is there 15 fights in the card? Or was there 15?
This card was actually pretty big. You're
This
right.
card is massive because I started putting the slide together and I was at 14. I'm like, wait, it's always 14. And I had another one. I might have just been off on my numbers, but I don't know. All right. So,
So there was 15 total.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I was right. Jesus. All right. So, who's your favorite fighter of all time, Drew?
All time Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
I legit almost cried when he almost lost to Chael.
Yo, that was a wild finish, but it
Yeah.
was crazy. Like I think about Anderson, because me and you were a little older, obviously, than some of these little guys running around Twitter.
Hmm.
And he used to have to apologize if he didn't annihilate somebody. Like if he and he would crush a decision. It wasn't like a Jones versus Reyes decision. Like Anderson would beat the shit out of you, and then he'd have to apologize for not knocking the dude out. And then I feel like Izzy got like a lot of passes from dudes, like when Izzy would like outpoint somebody and not go in for the kill. And I felt like Anderson like would actually have to say sorry when he did that. Like, do you
Oh no,
remember?
yeah, no. That is true. But if you've noticed recently, since Izzy came out as what was it, the Undertaker, since then people have been calling him boring. Now all of a sudden, all he wants to do is point fight. All he wants to do is win. Um, by pretty much doing what you're saying. Like Anderson just went by point fighting when he could finish people. But I feel like the difference was that Anderson had that mystique about him that there was at any moment he could put your lights out,
Right.
and he
And
just
true.
and he took the gas off. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't not finish you because he couldn't. Like Izzy puts himself in situations with fighters that are like durable as all hell. So it's
Right.
going to be even hard to get those finishes because for him to exchange, we saw what just happened. If he
Right.
gets into those exchanges, it's bad news. So
Yeah, he doesn't have the power of a Silva, but both of them are counter strikers, really. So, like, if Anderson put on a boring fight, it's because the guy didn't really want to engage him either, and that's what kind of happens with Izzy as well. Like when Whitaker chases him, he knocks Whitaker out. When Paulo Costa chases you, he knocks Paulo Costa out. But when Jared Cannonier doesn't engage Izzy can't ever lead almost, where Anderson could lead. Like you know what I mean? But like those guys were always more exciting when they were chased. You know what I mean? But and like if you chased Anderson, you're getting your face smashed. You're getting your face broken. You know, like straight up. Are you frozen? You froze, Drew. Drew. Oh shit! I think I lost him. His Florida Wi-Fi. He looks like he wants to talk though. We'll give him a second. Let me see if he's on the Twitter. Maybe I froze him with my Anderson Silva talk there, people. You know what I mean? Let's see. I think you froze. Anyway, so while he's frozen, I'm going to I'm going to talk about the preview show we got coming up in about 10 minutes. We're going to preview the whole fight card. Again, Amanda Rebus' fight is off, but it's got tons of fights that are that are like old, not old guys. Some are old, but former fight night. My words are not coming out. Oh, now I lost Drew totally. Former fight night main eventers. You got Clay Guida, who's super old. Tia Tuivasa's on there. Michael Johnson's on there. Even Darren Elkins, like I feel like he might have been a main event at some point. So tons of people on that card. Pretty excited to have it after last week having no fights. You know what I mean? Here's Drew. What's up, Drew? Welcome back. I was talking without you, Drew.
It's all good. It's all good. That's my fault.
I figure it's the Florida Wi-Fi, but we good. So yeah. So I was saying, I talked about Anderson Silva. I don't know where I lost you, and
I heard everything pretty much about what you were mentioning about how Izzy has to fight, and then Jared Cannonier, and then everything.
Yeah. So like basically, Izzy when he leads is not the same, but anyway, let's get to the next part. Who is your current favorite fighter? Obviously Anderson's gone, which is a nice lead in for me here. Like who's your favorite current fighter?
Ooh. Overall in the UFC, or is there like a division or anything?
Anywhere you want.
I mean,
anywhere you want.
Because I mean, there is a couple fighters I say that are like my favorites right now, but if anything overall, I'd probably have to go with Izzy, to be completely honest with you.
And it's so similar. He's a similar fighter to Anderson, so you're
kind of so it's pretty much more so because of his style, the way that he fights, and how the games that he plays with his striking. Me as a grappler, you'd probably expect, I'd like grappling, but it's MMA, it's different. If we're talking about jiu-jitsu, then I can pick out my favorite grappler. But if we're talking about MMA and the sport, then I'd probably have to go with Izzy. Yeah, for sure. And then if you want to go into the heavyweights, it's probably John Jones. Yep. If you want to go into the lighter weights, Chito is one of my favorite fighters there.
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that's one of the reasons I really like him. His grit, he's really good. And then if you want to talk about maybe like I don't know, maybe the up and comers now, then probably Patty.
Okay.
Because of the hype, because of his jiu-jitsu. People want to see him get knocked out. I feel like that's why people don't acknowledge how good he really is. And his stand-up is a little bit suspect, but at the end of the day, you got to beat him. So until you do that, you just got to eat it.
I feel like he gets hit with a lot of left hands, which is not the greatest thing for him. But I back to Izzy real quick. I wish Izzy had sharpened up his jiu-jitsu versus Alex, because I feel like I had a parlay of Poirier and Izzy by submission, and it was like $15 to win like $600, right, or something like that. And Dustin got it. I kind of saw that coming once it was going. I'm like, yo, this is gonna happen. And then when Izzy, I was like, Izzy, like he doesn't need to stand with this guy. This guy's got the death touch. Like whatever's in that guy's hands, Pereira, is not good to stand with for 5 rounds. At some point, something bad is happening to you, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, Izzy, like he just looked lost on the ground, and it was like, I wish he would have, like, he's a guy that could probably learn anything pretty quickly because he's like, that kind of athlete, you know what I mean? But I feel like he just should have learned a little bit on the ground. I think he could have submitted Alex.
You see, but with the type of athlete that Izzy is at this point in his career, he's a specialist. You know what I'm saying? So he is a striker. So the most that he can do with his grappling, in my opinion, is
defensive.
More than anything, exactly, be defensive. So he can be a black belt in defensive jiu-jitsu.
And staying up and not getting submitted by somebody.
Exactly. But him finishing a fight and looking for that fight or holding somebody down, he did well in that second round when he held Alex down. But he didn't do that enough because he can't take somebody down. He's not going to double leg you and take you to the ground.
And that's what I say all the time to these younger kids too. That like me and you, like I'm not a guy who gets so hung up on one fighter. Like when I ask you your favorite fighter, that's a hard question for you and a hard question for me because like I watch all the fighters. Like I don't really get like attached like that. But the newer fan that came in with the Connors, they think these guys are NASCARs. They're fans of one guy only. And they think he can like change who he is as a fighter, which is really hard to do. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to change a fighter. Like a fighter is a fighter. How they, you know what I mean? Like you can't just and like especially with the chins, like they don't see when the chin is
Oh
gone. Like
yeah.
the chin is gone, it's gone. Like Edgar had a great chin. Weidman had a great chin. Lydell had a great chin. Like we're not like once it's gone though, after 35, it's gone. Like you can't fix it. It's not like a NASCAR, you could like rebuild the back end of the car. You know what I mean? Like it's gone. And so like these, yeah, like I get your point about Izzy. Like he can't add that now. He is what he is. And but I wish he had a little bit more because I feel like if he could have been on the ground and had some offense, he would have probably because Alex, I feel like is lost on the ground. I feel like Chimaev will beat him, and I'm not a fan of Chimaev.
I mean, put it this way: we saw Izzy's best ground game in that fight that he's ever gonna be, and that's
Right.
the thing. And all right, maybe I'm misspeaking. Maybe he can improve going forward. Whatever it is, we don't know how long he's gonna be fighting. But what I mean is, for as long as he's been in the UFC, that's probably the best grappling he's ever gonna have, and the best
Right.
opportunity to actually use his grappling for any type of advantage. Because against Whitaker, he's not gonna grapple.
No, hell
Against
no.
um, any other middleweight pretty much in the division, he's not going to grapple. Alex Pereira is that guy he can grapple because he's just a pure striker. He doesn't want to grapple.
Right.
Now, Alex has Glover. Glover is a real black belt in jiu-jitsu, so that's different, and that's what helped him. But just like Izzy, it was all defensive, and it was
Yeah.
all just to stay up on the feet, and it was a maybe, just a maybe. But here we are. Izzy
Yeah.
lost, and
Yeah.
onward we go.
Where we go. And I think anybody that has a ground game can beat Alex if they can get past and not get death touched. Like, and the death touch can come at any moment with that guy.
That's the problem.
Which I like that though, because like it's a
Yeah.
real dangerous guy. Like the power's there in the fifth. It's in the first. It doesn't matter. The power will be there, and he can land that guy. So I don't mind that. I mean, I don't think he holds the belt. Like he can get it, lose it. He's not young either though, and get it back because it could be a thing where he can knock out the guy that Whitaker can't beat, like Izzy. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on. Who is your least favorite fighter of all time, Drew, as a longtime fight fan?
Ooh, least favorite of all time?
Yeah.
Hmm. Probably Koscheck.
If people hated Kosh. What
Probably
was he doing?
Koscheck. Just cause of that. I mean, he was a good fighter, no doubt, but just like what you mentioned, when his chin went, it went, and that guy fell right off a cliff.
Off the cliff. Yeah, and
Um,
didn't get knocked out by anybody.
yeah, but I mean, it's hard for me to say that I really dislike anybody in the sport, if I'm
Right.
being honest, because I once was also training to do that and get in a cage and
Right.
participate in the sport. And for me, it's more so everybody outside the cage is probably a great person. In the cage, as a character, as a whatever, yeah, he's a douchebag, and that's probably why I say his name pops up, and I didn't like
Yeah.
that. But the sport man is something that I've been in love with for a long time. It's the reason
Yeah.
why I even got into jiu-jitsu because of UFC.
Right.
And so it's all great, man. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they're different sports like wrestling, and it's a solo sport. Jiu-jitsu, you're out there by yourself, so it takes courage. So yeah, like it's funny when somebody says like somebody's racist in like this kind of sport or wrestling. I'm like, it's hard to be like racist when you like have like felt somebody and like you know what I mean, like been in that kind of
yeah.
intimate setting of like you know what I mean. Like and I'm sure there are. I'm not trying to say there aren't, but like this kind of sport like takes away a lot of that because like it's like you got respect afterwards for the person
Yeah,
that
you
you
can settle any differences right in that cage,
yeah
like
street beef
right on
right
that
there,
mat.
right there.
So it's all, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. So if you could fight anybody in MMA Twitter and like they have the Twitter FC, which I love. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I love it. Who would you fight from MMA Twitter if you could fight somebody?
Uh, who would I fight? Okay, I don't want to fight anybody, but I do want to grapple. Um, what's his name?
Funk Saucer, bro. You got it. Funky, bro.
Uh,
Kevin.
no. What's his name? Oh, Liam picks fights only because we have a mutual friend,
Yeah.
in Ralph, because I know where he trains, and I know he's all those guys are tough out of that gym. So I'd like to compete against him one day. And pretty much anybody who wants to do some jujitsu, I'm always game.
Yeah, I
Shoot your
love it.
gym, you know what I'm saying? Shoot your gym, I'll definitely drop by. Uh,
Drew is pulling up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, man. I've been doing this since '09. I'm a brown belt under Jamie Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy.
There you go.
But yeah, man, it's all love. You know how it is. MMA Twitter is a weird place, but it's all love for me. Good energy.
So, all right, so we got the rapid fire now. Ready? You're not going to explain any answer. I'm going to give you two things. You're going to pick them, and we're going to go through this. We got 26 of these, all right? And
All right,
I don't
let's
even
do it.
remember what they were, so I don't know what they are. So we're just going to go, and then we'll switch over to the fight preview. I won't even have you do any previews at the interview because we're going to do that next. So,
All right,
are you
got it.
ready?
Yep, yep.
A rapid fire. Here we go. French dip or cheesesteak?
Cheesesteak.
Chrysler Conquest or Mitsubishi Starion?
Starion.
Woo! Yeah, see, I only gave that to like an older guy, bro. Nobody even knows what those cars are. Blonde or brunette? Don't mess this up.
Oh, brunette.
Jeans or yoga pants? Don't mess this up either.
Jeans.
Woo! Macy's or Lord and Taylor?
Lords.
Favorite planet?
Venus.
Favorite Earth's evil twin. Nice. Favorite part of the movie 300?
When he kicks the guy into that hole.
That is dope, right? Yeah. Who does that to a messenger?
Yeah.
Tacos, soft or hard?
Hard.
Yes, finally somebody. Yes, true. Favorite TV show?
Damn, I can't. Mindhunter.
Bank shot or swish?
Swish.
Favorite sport? I think we know that.
Jiu-jitsu.
Benny Siegel or Memphis Bleak?
Memphis.
Favorite bad rapper? Bad rapper. That's like one of these new rappers.
Lil Yachty.
Cheesesteak with mushrooms or without?
Without.
Dennis or Shab?
Ooh. Dennis.
Nerds or sweet tarts, Drew?
Nerds.
Best Denzel Washington movie?
Man on Fire.
God or no God?
God.
Low diving board or high diving board for you?
High diving board.
Apple or Droid?
Apple.
Dentist or prostate?
Prostate. I fucking hate the dentist.
Yo, he'll take the 1 second. Yo, favorite ocean animal?
Dolphin.
Favorite Twitter handle?
Mine.
Nice. Popcorn or candy at the movies?
Popcorn.
General Chow's or sweet and sour?
General Chow's.
Slap or punch?
Punch.
All right, so that's it. Rapid fire. That was good, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was
did
fun.
A nice job on that one.
That was fun.
One of my favorite parts of 300 is I like when he kicks the guy because I like how the queen kind of says it. He kind of looks at her and she's like,
yeah.
And then, but I like her when she's like, come back on your shields. Or with your shield or on your shield.
Or on it, yeah.
You know, the Spartans are so gangster, bro. Like, ridiculous.
Yep.
So, all right, hey, Drew, great interview. We got out right under the 30-minute mark. Do you have the link for the preview show?
I think it should be there if you sent that. I'm gonna look for it right now.
All right, yeah, it should be there. Hell, always great to have you on. It's great to see you again. We should do this again sometime because we don't get to see you no more. Because it doesn't matter. You were in Jersey or Florida, same shit to us, right? We're in the freaking side.
Yep.
So, all right, man. I'll see you over on the next side. All right.
All right, guys. See you soon.